Hello, guys.
Hi, everybody.
We're live now, hopefully. Um, if you guys can hear us, make sure let us know if you can hear us in the comments. That would be really great. All right, gonna be a light day today. We got 3 people. All right, here you. Thank you, Paul. All right. Good afternoon, Avid Trucking. All right, let's wait for a couple minutes while people coming in. It's always great if you can tell us where you're from. It's always good to see people from different place. That'd be great. Say hi to each other in the comment area. We can see everything. If you have any questions, make sure just leave it there. We might not be able to get into it right away, but I'll keep tab of every question, and yeah. All right, got some people. Great. How's everybody doing today? I don't think we have a lot of topics to talk about, but we do have exciting company. We brought them now and to talk about how they help the trucking industry and how their business is going and how they can help you guys. Actually, user, the last one, I don't understand that language.
Arabic.
Arabic, yes. Good afternoon, everybody. Atlanta.
South Dakota.
Cool. All right, so I'm gonna bring Alex from Big Rig into our stream. Hey, Alex.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good to see you.
Nice to see you. Also, Ryan, Sophia.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome.
Yeah, we have people here, 21 people, and are with us. I'm sure more people are gonna come in. Alex, I am excited to have you here, and as maybe some of you guys are listening, maybe heard from us introducing this company before. So I finally get a chance to bring them on the live show. And Alex, maybe give us a quick introduction of your company, yourself, and how you're what you're doing for this truck industry.
Okay, sure. By the way, thank you, Sophia and Ryan, for all the stuff you do and how you talk about us. That we really appreciate that. I just wanted everyone to know that we really appreciate you guys. So first of all, Rig is a platform. It connects drivers and mechanics. Specifically, we're focusing right now on breakdowns. So our goal is to make sure a driver can find a mechanic as quickly as possible and find a mechanic based on what they value, meaning price, time, quality. So that's our basic, that's our goal. That's what we do. And we do it with several different ways, but we have apps, we have web platforms. So we can talk about that a little more later, but yes.
Yeah, awesome. Well, since you're playing in the trucking industry, maybe let us know, maybe share with us what do you how do you evaluate current trucking industry and situation?
Yeah, so we're mostly focused on truck repair. So industry is obviously big. There's a lot of problems and advantages and benefits all over the place in the industry, but we're primarily focused on the repair space, truck repair. And the biggest thing that I hear people talking about in the space and industry is usually the mechanic shortage. And it's pretty common, not just in truck repair, but many blue collar jobs. People are often, there's a lot of talk about the shortage of workers and labor shortages. So, and that's something that's kind of something we've been focused on primarily because as we started, I started because I had a friend who was a mobile mechanic who came to me and he told me so we live in Kansas City and he had a shop here and he said that there's thousands of people driving by him who could service, but he can't find a way to break through and get noticed. And as I looked into the industry, I realized that when we're talking about trucking shortage, repair and mechanic shortages, a lot of times what we're actually talking about, there's really two parts to this problem. One is the amount of people that are mechanics. The other problem ultimately is how you find people. So a lot of times the way we're finding people right now isn't what matters, or isn't based on what matters to drivers or mechanics. Like for instance, when we Google, right? When we do a Google search, what we're really looking for, what happens is you're actually finding the best website, right? That doesn't tell you anything about the quality of the work that shop does, doesn't tell you about their price, doesn't tell you how close they are really to you. They're just there because they either paid a lot for AdWords or they got on top because they've got a quality site. And that goes really to NTTS, truck down. Most of the methods that people use to find a mechanic right now have nothing to do with the quality of the work, how much time it's going to take to get the work done, how quickly the mechanic can get on site or get the work to the actual work, and the quality of the mechanic's work. So as I started studying this, I realized, well, we did have sort of a twofold problem. There's two problems here. One is we don't have enough mechanics, and it's worse because we can't even find mechanics properly. We can't. If there is a mechanic, you're going to have a hard time finding them. So the mechanics that do want to go into the space, want to go into diesel repair, a lot of times they can't make a living off of it because they can't get noticed. While other shops have lines, so long that the truck driver is often waiting 8-10 hours, often days, before anyone even takes a look at the unit. So that's what I noticed. And the other problem, to add to that, if we're talking about NTTS and Google, if that is how we find shops and mechanics, there's only space for 10 good shops and mechanics in any city, right? The top 10 on any page, the first page and top 10 are the only shops that are going to get enough business from those two means of finding work. So that's the problem that we identified and we started addressing with our platform.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. We know that you have like two formats, two apps. One is for mechanic, one is for truck drivers, right?
Yeah.
So I really, the thing that Ryan and I like is that when we started our truck repair business, like a mobile repair business, and how to get customers, it was really difficult for somebody.
So it's the struggle. Like we get like one call a month. We basically started a business in April, and it really didn't take off until like November. So it was really, really slow. And then it was kind of doing two or three other jobs at once just to try to make a living, still trucking and also going out and doing road calls here and there when I was at home. But really YouTube is really what helped us, get out there, and that's where we get a lot of our business comes from. So it is hard to get out there.
But it's not everybody's lucky like us,
Not everyone can start a YouTube channel. It's harder than doing NTTS and Google. It's a tough job.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I always for people who wanted to become a mechanic, just wanted to have your own business, I think it's always good to partner with Rick to get your customers for free. Basically, you can access
we don't charge for listing or anything. We will only make money once you started making money. We make money only on transactions, and our fees. Right now, our fees at 5.9%, and that's 2.9 of that is a credit card processing fee. So we would make like 3% off each transaction. That's about what you'd pay for a credit card processor just to get business. That's we could talk about how much it costs on NTTS, but in some cities I know it takes up to $80,000 a year just to get the top spots, and it's not cheap. I think most of anyone who's tried that, especially if you're in a large city, it's going to be really hard to break through. So
yeah, cool.
Even with us with Google, we were using Google Ads when we started, and I think I had a budget of like $600 a month, and sometimes that would be gone like halfway through the month. So you wouldn't even really get any good leads.
You get like one or two calls and your budget's already gone.
Yeah, or it'd be somebody calling about changing tires on a Honda Civic or something, a car. So it's we don't do that.
Yeah, and you have to pay for that, right?
When they call you, that link you get charged out of your
you get charged for any advertiser that calls, anything that comes in that someone found, they're going to charge you for listing. So I mean, we don't. You're making money. We're making money when you're making money, and we've made that sort of as a value of our company. We want to make sure that we're building something that's valuable to mechanics and drivers.
Yeah.
And so we our fees are low because we believe this is only going to work if lots of people use it. We're not here to scrape scrape as much money out of the thousand drivers who want to use it. We want to make sure that hundreds of thousands of people can use this so that we can keep our fees low. And that's really what the platform is about, making sure that every mechanic can get accessed by any truck driver whenever they they need it. So the mechanic can just be a mechanic, right? So you don't have to go out and figure out how to get a website up. They could be good at what they're doing. Truck drivers could be good at what they're doing, and we don't need to worry about marketing and figuring out how to design an ad as a mechanic. I mean, hiring graphics designers, all of that can be such a headache that ultimately has nothing to do with fixing your truck.
Right. Yeah.
One thing when you were kind of doing your introduction there that I kind of picked up on, you kind of talked about a shortage of mechanic and shortage of mechanics out there in the industry. And I think there's a shortage of drivers too, but I think there's a shortage of pay. And that's the same thing in the mechanic field. That's one of the reasons I left the shops. I mean, I'm not going to go out and I'm not going to roll in $100,000 of tools to work for $18 an hour. I mean, that's a lot of guys I know. A lot of guys here locally that I've became friends with have bought their own service trucks and went off on their own because that's not worth it.
If you think about it, if you look at a mechanic's career, right? What happens after you're a lead mechanic in a shop? I mean, I mean,
and the shop managers make even less than the mechanics.
So there's not most guys go independent because that's where the upside is. That's where they can make more money because you can't continue making more money in a shop. And honestly, the barriers that have kept guys from making money often is, well, once you do go independent, how do you get noticed? And that I think is one of the benefits of a platform like ours.
Right. Well, I think that's great to have you, Alex. In this channel, we are not only passing by the truck repair tips and tricks and how-tos from Ryan. We also wanted to use this platform to spread all the great companies in the industry.
Yeah.
We want our subscribers and viewers to know those tools, assets, or resources.
There's other independent shops and mechanics, guys with service trucks out there that somebody a driver out on the road or an owner operator, they'll never know about them or never find them. So this is a way to connect the two. So.
Absolutely. I mean, to anyone watching, I mean, I think our link is in the description. So go download our app, and we're expanding. We want to make sure that we keep our prices low, fees low. So to every driver, mechanic out there, download our app. Invite people to download our app. In our app, we have a referral program. Just click on the icon with your picture on it, profile. You'll see a thing that says referral account. Click on that. Share the links there. Let everyone know because you're going to make money if that happens. Because every time you refer someone, you're going to make 1% off of every transaction they make for the first 6 months. And we want to incentivize people to share because this platform, it's going to succeed at scale when lots of drivers use it, and we want to make sure that's possible. We don't want to start, charging 15% because I don't think that's sustainable, and nobody wants that. That's already being done today, and who needs that? So download our app, share. We also have a free decal, magnetic decal, and anytime someone scans that on your truck, if you have a truck, you get credit for it and referral fees and things like that. So thank you guys for having us. I really appreciate what you guys are doing. We love what you do, and we do appreciate how you've been helping us out and getting the word out.
All right, thank you, Alex. We'll see you next time.
Okay, God bless.
Bye-bye. Well, I'm gonna put a link in the description for you guys to download if you have not. It's a really great tool for truck drivers and owner operators to connect with really good, reputable mechanics like him. All right. So
yeah, it's good that there's a lot of independent people like us, and like I said, we've been kind of blessed with what with YouTube and everything that we get a lot of frontage, I guess you could say, from the world out there, and so we get people that come from all over the country. But there's a lot of other guys, smaller guys out there that don't have that exposure. That's the word I was looking for, was exposure. So,
yeah.
So this is a good way for you guys out there that are on your own, owner operators, to find somebody independent and then you can interact with them in the future too. You can go back to them. So it's a good way to find good quality people that don't want to work at the dealers anymore, want to do their own thing and do things a better way. So check it out.
One thing I always wanted to mention is that for people like us, you have the owner of the shop to work on your truck versus somebody make 18-20 bucks that the dealer working on your truck. The quality you receive is completely different. Plus, our labor rate is much lower than the dealer because our fixed cost is much lower. So we try to keep it lower so the benefits pass on to people. So this benefits is really, really great for people, for owner operators. This is something that I always like to brag about. You have owner work on your truck. I think we're going to start to talk about some questions. And the first, I really appreciate Abdul for the super thanks. I don't know it's super thanks or a super sticker. I've never really figured that out, but really, really appreciate that. So we want to definitely answer your question first.
Excuse me. So I kind of apologize. I've been dealing with an ear infection this week, and it's finally starting to subside. But now I kind of got a little bit of hoarseness, I guess you could say. So bear with me as far as the voice here today. Okay, so we got a gentleman from Australia, which we've had some other friends from Australia as well. So transport company runs smaller trucks at the moment, about to move over to semi trucks, pre-emissions or post-emissions. So I didn't really know that was a thing in Australia, but evidently it is. So obviously with a pre-emissions truck, you're going to have different sets of issues. There's a pros and cons of both. And we've talked about this a lot. Obviously, with a pre-emissions truck, you're not going to have the D rates from NOx conversion efficiency, plug DPF filters, et cetera, and all the other sensors, another computer, and ACM. So you eliminate all that stuff. But the problem, in my opinion, the reason I lean towards the post-emissions trucks, the DPF, SCRs, all that good stuff, or bad stuff, whatever your thought is the fuel economy. I mean, a lot of guys running these older C15s and stuff like that here in the U.S., older pre-emissions Cummins, Series 60s. I mean, you're lucky. Series 60s, I hear some guys getting 6 MPG. A lot of the cat guys are down in the 5s. I know some that are in the mid 4.5s. Where with a post-emissions truck, with an automated transmission, drive sensibly. I mean, I know people out there getting close to 9 miles a gallon. So, I mean, in this business, fuel is your biggest expense. So I know people there. Back when fuel was in the mid $2 a gallon, $2.50s, and a couple of years ago, I mean, I was still spending between $40,000 and $50,000 a year. So if you doubled that, if you had a pre-emissions truck, is an extra $40,000 to $50,000 worth not having a couple emissions problems a year or having to clean a DPF. So that's kind of my argument on that. So it's like, do you want the fuel economy or do you want it to deal with some extra possible problems? So that's kind of where I'll leave that for now. So.
Yep. All right.
And I do like older trucks as well. I saw your second comment there. So yeah, I mean they're easier. A lot of stuff's easier to work on, less wiring, and less challenging to figure out problems as well. So
Yeah. Let me go back to the front, the top, to see if there's any questions. Replace water pump on the Tripac APU. Do you want to answer?
Yeah, we can do that one.
Yeah, here we go.
Tripac water APU, probably it's a little tricky getting the pulley off. So the way that it's kind of the way that belt tensioner work, if I recall, it's been a few months since I've done one. So the way that pulley is set up, it actually tightens the belt as you tighten it down. So that can be a little bit tricky, but they're not. The last one I did maybe took an hour. I mean, not too terrible. So it's not too much of a crazy labor intensive or too technical of a job. So I mean, if you got a basic tool set and enough knowledge to be dangerous, I'd probably jump into it. So.
All right. So you want to touch base on our APU?
Yeah, let's. So we got some feedback on our first APU unit running the lightning volt lithium batteries. So I guess they were out in Oklahoma and it was 100 degrees and everything was keeping cool and running well. So I don't know if you had any more further feedback at this time. So.
Not yet. If they have a problem, I would definitely hear about it right away. So far, so good. I don't think this system design was flawed. Everything, we are really confident it'll work in a different weather condition. As far as, battery goes, -4 to, what is the highest?
I thought it was 60 Celsius.
Yeah, that's really high, 60. Normal, like.
I believe it was 60. I can't.
Yeah,
click
that's
that because
really
I don't have
high.
that tech sheet in front of me.
Yeah. Let me just going through some questions. If you guys have any questions, let us know. It's always good to have some interactions. I wish you guys can talk though. It's just us talking. It's feel weird.
Yeah.
What do you feel? All right. Network. I think that's all we have so far today. What is that?
Go to the top.
All the way to the top.
Yeah.
Oh,
what's our biggest struggle right now? That's a good question.
Which one? Oh yeah. That's yeah. All right, leave for you.
Yeah, I mean, when you're starting your own business and like at the point where we are, I do have. It's the biggest struggle that I've found in the last year is trying to make that jump from like a one guy shop to I can have enough work where I could probably have 3 to 4 guys here or girls, whatever, full time. I mean, so it's like, it's hard to find people that are going to do what you're going to do the way that you would do it with the same quality and care and all that. And I've had a lot of people, 1, 2, 3, I don't know, I've probably had like six people through here in the last year. And one of the things I've noticed time and time again is quality control, and people are just here for a paycheck. I guess that's what the deal is. They come here to work and they want a paycheck, but nobody's really. I mean, even when I worked for other companies, when I worked for CAD and for Manitowoc Grove, anybody else, it's always like I always wanted to go the extra mile to try, make things right and do what needs to be done. But it's really hard to find that these days, and and it and the bad thing, I mean, when you're the business owner, when somebody doesn't do what you would do, and there's a quality control issue, it ultimately comes back against your reputation and against your, it's a bad mark on your business. So it's like, even if you do have other people, then it's like then you feel like you got to be over obsessive. You got to go back and double check everything, which is counterproductive. So that would probably be our biggest struggle right now. But I mean, to really expand, I mean, we have a pretty high level of fixed cost, and really, I mean, to kind of break out and start paying down some debt and start, kind of growing the business more, like I need 2 or 3 more people here to generate that extra revenue to break out per se. So that's, again, kind of the biggest struggle right now, I would say. I don't know if you'd agree or.
I agree. That's always the biggest thing you hear, or struggle you hear from small business owners nowadays, is hiring people, or actually hiring quality people. So that's our pain. And also to grow business to the next level. I mean, I think we're stuck in the small business world right now. It's like the what did it say? The middle class again.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's our
middle class with the upper class bills.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Exactly.
So TK just asked about walk-ins or appointment only. Unfortunately, like I said, we were just kind of talking about a employee shortage here. So with kind of our workload, we're typically about a week out. I mean, even times when, so I rarely do walk-ins unless it's something really, really quick and simple. But 95% of the time we don't. And a lot of times, even if I do have somebody make an appointment kind of out, I mean, sometimes we get a couple of days behind because we'll have somebody come in for an hour. We think it's going to be an hour job, and it might turn into a 2-day job given, the complexity of the issue. So yeah, that's unfortunately, short story, long story short, short story long. We book about a week out roughly right now. So
yeah, I have something exciting to share with everybody. So we have awarded this preferred mechanic in Canton the best truck repairs in Canton. So we were rewarded the best of 2023, which is exciting. I just received an email from this company called Preferred Mechanic. I don't think we would ever purposely build a profile there, but I guess it's like Google. They automatically put profile there. So I'm excited that at least I like the status. That's what I do. All right, just.
You already posted that video of that bus?
A short video, like the bus got lifted up.
Yeah, this is probably the stupidest, shadiest thing I've probably ever done here. So there'll be more to follow on that. This is the first bus I've ever worked on, and the way we've got this kind of rigged up out there right now, I'm not very comfortable with it. So, like I said, there'll be more to follow on that.
Yeah.
So this thing's like 4 feet off the ground, the whole thing right now. So.
Wow.
Yeah. So what we got? That one.
This one.
Yeah.
All right. From Chalk.
Yeah. So. Yeah, it's pretty difficult trying to break into the business. I mean, if you're already kind of in the business and you can kind of do some, what's the word? Night.
Geek.
No, there's a
part-time job.
Night something. I can't think of the word right now. We're moonlighting. Sorry, moonlighting. We're like I said, I knew a lot of guys when I worked up at CAT, where they'd take their service trucks and go do work for other people on the weekends, so type of thing. So if you can kind of earn, if you're already working somewhere, you can kind of earn some on the side customers and work into it. That's a big bonus. But yeah, it's pretty difficult when you're trying to kind of step from one thing to another. So yeah, good on you for trying to make that work. So
yeah. Let's see this one.
Yeah, that's for you. You do all that stuff. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you for that. Right now, Ryan and I just have the time, half hour to an hour available a week. So decided to go with YouTube first. I'm sure we're gonna expand to other platforms, Instagram and TikTok. They're all great platform, great people there, interact. Just still trying to learn. We're not really so technical about the live stream yet. Just wanted to see you guys each week, and in case there's anything we want to cover, just want to deliver the message. Yeah, but thank you so much for the advice. We'll definitely look into that expand down the road. This one, Cummins Powered International, looking at, I think you mentioned that a few times, right?
Yeah, I mean, most of the internationals I see coming out they're running the Cummins anyways. They're still not very fun to work on. I had another customer, one of my regular customers, come in. He has an LT with a ISX or an X15 in it, and I had to change the starter in it. And I was looking at it like, oh, it's only going to take like half an hour, and it was a total nightmare. The bolt, like it's like up in halfway. It was a nightmare to change the starter. I think I had 3 or 4 hours into it by the time you just couldn't get to nothing. I mean, like from the bottom, from the top. I mean, it was just it wasn't fun. So I said, I mean, as most of you know that watch us, I'm just not. I mean, the newer internationals like the Pro Stars and up to now, they're not mechanic friendly. I mean, I hear they ride nice and they got a lot of room inside. So I guess they're kind of built around the driver's seat for that person in that seat. But as far as the guy working on them, I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, one thing about the parts, they are just super expensive. I mean, international compared to Freightliners and the Kenworth, I think their prices is much higher. Well, if you want us to work on your truck, you know what to do. Give me a call. All right. Well, there's some compliment I always like. Don't ever shy to give us compliment. Always enjoy that. Thank you. Keep up the good work. That's for you. All right, let's go to the next one from Leon. Air engine technology.
Okay, so I'm kind of assuming that they're taking older like Series 60s and stuff and changing internals for performance and economy, which, I mean, yeah, if you could get 8 to 10 mpg out of a Series 60, I mean, you would have quite a contender. I mean, with the Series 60 is a great engine in my opinion. I mean, they're really cheap to work on. I mean, in their day, they were pretty fuel efficient engine. I mean, and by some standards, they still are today. And then I mean, other than EGR on some of them, there's not many emissions type stuff going on there. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll definitely take a look into that. So.
Yes, I love the electric APU setup, by the way.
Yeah, thanks. And we're looking at a couple other options as well. We've got some talks kind of behind the scenes here with a couple different options as far as placement of the indoor unit and all that. So yeah, there'll be more to follow on that coming down the road. And like I said, we're going to be gone here on vacation for a few weeks or week and a half, I guess. So after that, we're going to kind of start working back more, and maybe look, we've got 2 more AC units here now in stock. Getting ready to get some more batteries in. Then we've had some people reach out, look at scheduling a couple more installs and getting a few more units out there on the road. So yeah, like I said, our first unit's out there. We've had good reviews right now, so I just want to kind of give it a couple more weeks, see how things go, how the batteries are holding up, charge cycles, and all that. So
yeah. I guess that's all. I believe we touched base on all of the questions we did not answer. You might have a great comment. So yeah, we're just trying to answer some questions you guys have. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a great weekend. And next week we'll be on vacation Friday. Unfortunately, we won't be able to do this.
Flight at this time, so we'll have to try to. I don't know if we'll be able to reschedule or if it'll be.
Yeah, we'll figure something out, but we might see you guys on the boat if there's enough internet. just for checking in and let you guys MAS work hard, go travel. All right, just joking right here, guys. It's really good to see you guys every week, and yeah, just stay tuned. Looking at our YouTube page, and we'll have the next one scheduled. Hopefully, we'll see you guys on Instagram, TikTok sometime. All right, have a good weekend, guys. Take care. See you guys.
See you next time.
Bye bye.